let the guys go. Let the guys play. So.
Let them play.
Yeah, open the gates.
Ben versus Ben. And a turn 1 Inquisition from Ben will reveal Thoughtseize and Agent. What is that blue card there?
Agitaxian, yeah.
So. I'll refer to these players as their last names because it's just a pause of silence because I was about to say Ben is about to do something. But.
Yeah. All right, so.
All right, our New York native plays an underground sea of his own, and Mr. Friedman has legit.
Tundra Go. So mana bases very similar. You've got a Ben versus Ben, each player with the same exact lands out until Ben just fetched up a second Tundra. And we have Lingering Souls.
This looks really bad for Ben now.
Which Ben?
Ben Hayes.
Okay. And it's especially bad because those are Adam Staborski soldier tokens. Adam Staborski of Daily MTG, serious fun writer, and the editor of GatheringMagic.com. There they are. Adam as a soldier. Also artwork by Inkwell Looter, who notably did a lot of tokens for people, including the Yo MTG Taps Wormcoil tokens.
So a Jit of his own.
Yeah,
from Ben
and
Hayes.
And a Stoneforge Mystic. And passes back. Ben says, "I'm gonna Thoughtseize you and possibly take that Umezawa's GT."
I'm pretty sure Ben's going to take the Jit.
Yeah,
Ben Friedman is going to take the Jit.
I agree.
From Ben Hayes.
Yeah, it's hard to. I keep calling them both Ben.
I know both of them too. So
Yeah,
I
know.
I never say their last names.
Exactly.
Ever, so.
Same here. Yeah. I mean, I would always be referring to both of them as Ben if we were doing a match where the other player's name was not Ben. All right, so.
Ben Friedman and Ben Hayes were both named after Benjamin Franklin.
Really?
I don't know.
All right, so
the Thoughtseize takes the
Thoughtseize. I mean, Thoughtseiz's still on the stack here. We've got. I mean, Hayes' hand is Jace, Jite, and lands, right? I mean, that's all I see. But is one of those lands Academy Ruins? Is he? Yeah, there's an Academy Ruins in his deck, and I believe that's what's in his hand. So that may be what is causing Friedman to really think about taking that Jite, because Ben Hayes can just get it right back. Yeah, take the Jace. Okay, I get that logic because there's no reason to just let him get that right back. But so Friedman in with the Lingering Souls tokens and Stoneforge Mystic of his own, and he's gonna get a second Jite. Maybe is he gonna get a second? Okay, he's got a Batterskull. There, does he have two Jites though? I wonder if he was gonna kind of.
Has one.
Okay. This is Hayes' deck, so Friedman only has one main, but he's got one sideboard. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe he had the second one, so it does look like he was thinking about it. So I assume he did bring in the other Jite, but he goes with Batterskull.
Interesting note for people at home, Ben Friedman has 2 Force of Wills in his main deck and 2 in his sideboard.
Yeah, we talked about that too. Interesting little split.
Ben Hayes with 2 Force of Will in his main deck also, and only 1 in the sideboard. There's a little bit of discrepancy about life totals. Ben didn't cast his Thoughtseize, so that might be the confusion. They're saying, well, there's a Thoughtseize in his graveyard. What about that 2 life from that Thoughtseize? But there is no 2 life.
You mean
in that
Ben
Thoughtseize.
Hayes' Thoughtseize?
Yes,
Yeah.
Ben Hayes.
Because Ben Friedman did cast his Thoughtseize.
Yes, he's cast Thoughtseize twice.
Yeah. I think it was Inquisition Thoughtseize is actually what he did. He didn't Thoughtseize twice.
Oh, you're right. He did Inquisition. It was turn 1.
All right, Academy Ruins, GT War.
GTs
Take each other
destroy
out.
each other.
Yep.
There can only be one. And they clash.
Yeah. It's kind of like a tug of war, and it breaks in half. And like, neither of us have it now.
It's a good thing they changed Legend rule. With cards like Jit.
Yeah, because the old rule didn't make any sense. Basically, what would have happened there is Ben Hayes would have played a GT and it would have just went to the graveyard, right? I mean, Ben Friedman would have just sat there. Like, cool, thanks for tapping 2 mana and discarding a card. So, Dark Confidant from Friedman. And Hayes thinking about it a little bit. Yeah, guess that resolve. Stoneforge Mystic untaps. Zealous Persecution. And
it's a good one.
that works. It's not as big of a blowout as the kind of thing we were describing before, but it's a nice little wrath.
That's pretty good. Getting rid of the 2 Lingering Souls tokens
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Dark Confidant.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
mean
a
to say.
really
I
big
just
one.
mean like if Ben had Lingering Souls tokens of his own.
Oh yeah,
That's
no,
the
no,
kind
no.
of blowout I was talking about, where it's like,
That's the
it
full
completely
blown.
swings it around. Yeah, like he didn't take advantage at all of the +1. Really, I mean, I guess he could here. He could attack for 2 with his Stoneforge Mystic.
Interesting note. Ben Hayes has 1 Academy Ruins in his deck. Ben Friedman has 1 Riptide Lab. Another difference between their 2 decks. Riptide Lab's pretty awesome with Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, that is a fun interaction to have access to.
It's free spells.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love free spells? I'm trying to think of better things than free spells, and
Not
free
much.
pizza is about the only thing I can think
Yeah,
about.
free food.
And somehow, Ben Hayes has managed to stay above water.
Yeah, absolutely.
This game looked very bad for him early on.
Jace the Mind Sculptor from Hayes.
And that's a good one.
Ben Friedman's like, yeah, that not only does that resolve, here, have a dice, have a die.
We know Ben has the Batterskull in hand, or Ben Friedman has the Batterskull in hand, so yeah, Ben Hayes is going to brainstorm. It's the right play
Yeah.
here. Worst case scenario for Ben Hayes, he has to chump block with his Stoneforge to prevent the
save the
Batterskull
Jace.
from killing the Jace.
Yeah.
Then he gets a fetch land and another brainstorm. Best case scenario, he just gets the Swords to Plowshares on the Batterskull's Germ token. Or
And I
something
believe
like
he
that.
did brainstorm into a Swords to Plowshares.
Oh, he did.
I believe so. Didn't get a good look, but I think he did get one. So, maybe not.
Oh no, I believe that was actually Ben Friedman's hand.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not though.
Oh, it was Friedman's hand.
It was
Okay,
Friedman's
so
hand.
that was we saw
It's
Stoneforge
strange
Mystic.
because they're both named Ben and
I know.
both playing the same deck.
It is very confusing. So, as you said, excuse me, the Hayes' Stoneforge Mystic chump blocks the Germ so that Jace will live, but Jace does take a little bit of a beating from a Stoneforge Mystic.
It goes down to 2 counters.
I think it kind of like hit him in the kneecaps.
Yeah, it looks like 1, but I mean, it only got hit for 1, right?
I believe so. Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think he's got 2 counters on him. Snapcaster Mage from Friedman. And
Snapcaster's Thoughtseize, and Ben gets to discard a Lingering Souls.
Wow.
Lingering Souls is so good. And now this Lingering Souls gets to protect this Jace.
Yeah, 2 counters on Jace. Ben Hayes with just 2 lands in hand, but that is, he's got a virtual 5 cards because he's got, well, 6 I mean, because he's got 3 off the top with Jace.
Yeah, now, something else that's very interesting that can happen here is Ben can...
Which Ben?
Ben Hayes can flash back his Lingering Souls, then use Brainstorm to find another way to protect the Jace. And the next turn, he's going to have enough mana where he can upkeep, use Academy Runes, put Jit on top, and then play his land, and then Jit equip. So if he's able to use a Jace activation and a Brainstorm to find a Swords to Plowshares or another copy of Lingering Souls, then he's in a massive lead in this game.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ben's still with 2 very powerful cards in his hand.
Ben Friedman.
Ben Friedman. But one of them is a Stoneforge Mystic, which is actually pretty bad here because he
has
already
left.
found his Jit and his Batterskull. So he's probably going to hold that until he can Brainstorm it away. Ben using a fetch land after his Jace activation.
I loved when you could do that in Standard.
That was pretty sweet. Alright, so Ben now with a Stoneforge Mystic of his own. Right, so... Ben Hayes casting a Brainstorm after using his Jace to Brainstorm. That's a lot of brainstorming.
Yeah, he's looking at a lot of cards.
He's going to come up with some pretty good ideas.
I would think so after that much brainstorming. And we have Inquisition. Snapcaster Mage, Stoneforge Mystic.
It's pretty good. After this, Ben is probably just going to flash back his Lingering Souls and then pass the turn.
Oh, he takes the Stoneforge Mystic. Is he afraid of the second Jite? You know, kind of...
Oh, Ben does have a second GTA post-board, so...
Yeah,
that
Friedman.
makes sense. Yeah, Ben Friedman does.
Alright, so flashback Lingering Soul. Or no, he just hardcast another Lingering Souls. And he can flashback 1, so...
Yeah.
And plays a Stoneforge Mystic. Wow. I mean... Batterskull's good and all. But, have you seen Jace the Mind Sculptor?
Jace the Mind Sculptor is the realest of deals.
Yeah. And now Ben Hayes
has
has
blue stuff in between his hands, too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what gets better than that? So Ben Hayes now has a Batterskull of his own in hand, and plenty of mana to cast it. We know Ben Friedman only has Stoneforge Mystic, Snapcaster Mage, and another card in hand. Ben Hayes has got I wonder how many cards are in Hayes' hand. Seems like it should be a lot.
Yeah, maybe not that many. He was down to very few cards because Ben Friedman has played a lot of discard spells. So even though Ben Hayes is activating this Jace every turn, he still doesn't have many cards in his hand. Ben Friedman's running out of cards at a faster rate, but...
Alright, so we have Snapcaster and Germ with Batterskull attacking Jace. Block, block. Snapcaster dies. Friedman gains 4. Jace untouched. And we have a Lingering Souls flashback from Friedman.
Alright, now Ben has some Lingering Souls in his graveyard. I think a pair of them.
Yeah, he's cast one and discarded one to a Thoughtseize.
So... Fate Sealing now.
All right, double flashback from Ben Hayes.
That's a lot of spirits.
4 spirits. Now, if Ben Friedman can resolve a Zealous Persecution, that would be quite the feat.
It'd be pretty good here. Now, even if he does cast Zealous Persecution, though, oh no, I guess it kind of just wins. Wow, that card is so good in this mirror. For either player at this point, a Zealous Persecution would just be a complete and total blowout if they were to draw one. Or for Ben Hayes, if he were to draw one, or a Snapcaster match.
Batterskull. So the Germ tokens trade. Ben Hayes up to 15. Ben Friedman up to 25. Spirits traded. I think there was just a lot of trading happening there. Ben Hayes left with the much better board position with a Jace and 2 spirits up on Ben Friedman. Ben Friedman with only 5 lands in play. Ben Hayes with 7, so.
And it was Jitte coming back from the yard for Ben Hayes. Ben Hayes drawing it.
I think he just said go.
No.
Looked like a point, but it must have been something else. Yeah, it didn't make any sense either. All right, so I think maybe it was a Fate Seal U. I think that may have been what it was.
That would make sense. Jace has gone up more counters, so.
Yeah. So, and I think it was to keep it too, which is pretty brutal. Ben Friedman knows that whatever's on top of his deck is not going to help him.
Now, if you're Ben Friedman here, don't you like 100% respond to the chicken encounters by returning the Batterskull back to your hand and then putting it back into play with Stoneforge Mystic?
Looks like it.
Whoa, he shortcutted that pretty fast, because Ben could have responded to the Batterskull's activated ability to return it to his hand by killing the Stoneforge Mystic with the chick counters.
Yeah.
But maybe he didn't see that, or maybe he just doesn't want to do it.
I mean, we can't tell what the dialogue is at the table. Maybe it's a, maybe Ben Friedman's like, before it gets the jit counters, I'm gonna just do this. You know, he could have said that, but the counters are just sitting on it. Visually the counters are there, but in the game. Maybe Ben was responding to it. Friedman was responding to it. But yeah, I mean, I can't see Ben Friedman's face, but his body language that we can see looks pretty much like he's facing down a Jace the Mind Sculptor and a Jite on a Spirit. And engineered explosives. Let's add a little bit of insult to injury here. I don't know how many counters are on that, but maybe 0? Did he, or 1? What did he? He only tapped 1 land for that, or was that 1 for something else? Yeah, that was a 0 mana engineered explosives to kill the germ. Yeah, get rid of your Spirit too. Dark Confidant. And we have a fetch land from Ben Hayes. Meanwhile, Jace the Mind Sculptor has, I believe, 8 counters on him.
You know,
double check.
Kind of unreal the amount of stuff that Jace has done this game. It's drawn Ben like 4 extra cards while providing him card manipulation.
Yeah.
It's prevented Ben Friedman from drawing what he wants to draw on specific turns. And right now it might just kill.
Yes, 7 counters on. I saw 8. It's got to be 9, right? I'm 10 now. It was 8.
Yeah.
It had to have been 8 because there was 6 and then 2.
Yeah,
now
it
there's
goes up
6
by
and
even
4.
numbers.
Yeah.
Hasn't taken
There we go.
damage.
10.
10, 1 more, a plus, and then.
And then
you can go minus.
Ben needs a stifle. You saw that in the GP, right? The Tom Martell Jace Mind Sculpt ultimate ability activated and gets stifled. That was that's pretty
rough.
brutal. But I think he resolved another Jace and then ultimated that one. So
seems pretty standard. That's how
yeah.
Legacy games always go. You just cast the Jace and then you just start taking it up and then your opponent dies.
Yeah. Ben Friedman scoops to Ben Hayes here at the StarCityGames.com Invitational in Baltimore. Ben Hayes had quite an advantage that game. I mean,
yeah, he had a very nice comeback there.
Yeah. Jace was really everything, I think.